You got something, brother. A lot of people reach out to me for a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was going through your course. Man, you guys are pretty thorough. And I feel like you had that analytical mind, like it's numbers in, numbers out, that
Yep.
stuff. Is that your thing?
Yeah. I mean, so as a banker, I'm a numbers cruncher, right? I'm a detail guy, so I'm an engineer brain, and
Oh
if,
Lord.
if I can't spell something out in detail, then why the heck am I going to convey it? Then it's got to be buttoned up. I can't play any other way.
Have you ever taken the disc analysis, Jason?
Oh yeah. I'm high D off the charts on everything, with a little bit of I for influencing a little bit, but I'm just like I am driven to get things done the right way.
Yeah, I work so good with D's. My wife's an S. She's like a one I, and it's a perfect fit for us. But I'm like,
Oh, nice.
working with you is like I can't work with eyes. We just sit here and talk all day.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, it's hard to work with somebody that's just a strong I. I agree. Like I'm like,
But
hey, kid. Like I would go, yeah. Oh, sounds great. Can we get down to business?
yeah,
Can we get
that
down to
was. That's what, I'm the I, so I need you to keep us on. Roundup, come on in here. Saturday night. Greetings, class. What's going on? It's good to see y'all tonight. We're going to keep this short as I have been twisting Jason's arm. We're going to get to a lot of stuff. We're going to cram a lot of stuff in tonight. I know you guys are busy with family. I am too. I'm going to be going out and having a drink with my wife. We never get to go out. We have kids, daycare, school, study, and trumpet, all that. So I know everybody's busy. But tonight, and I'm going to be your pilots. I'm going to be flying with Jason Palliser over the United States and sharing with you some real estate strategies and a extra special treat that finally I've been working with Jason's team for the last 4 days trying to put it all together with the pieces of the puzzle to help raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. We have something together for you. Jason Palliser, what up, homie?
How you doing, man?
Man, got cold up here today.
You know what? Down here in Florida and St. Pete, it got a little cold today too. It's 60 something, and
Let's go.
my family up north's like, "You're seriously complaining?" I go, "I kind of am." Yeah.
60. Yeah, it was 35 last night. So
Nope, ain't having that. Nope.
good to see you again, my friend.
Yeah. Good to see you.
So we had such an amazing turnout, Jason, for
Yeah.
your tax delinquent strategies, your blueprint.
Hmm.
I asked you and your team, I've been going over with you several different things. I'm like, Jason,
Yeah.
what can you give us? What can you give us? I feel like, let me ask you, the more you give, it's almost like the blessings just fall out of the sky. Is it the same for you?
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in like I don't like giving surface level information, right? So the more you give, I feel like the more you get back in return. So we're definitely on the same page as far as that goes. And
Sweet.
and for fun tonight, a little secret that I'm gonna let everybody in on, yourself on. The only reason that I'm here and you got me twice is because my wife is out of town saving 500 puppies for the ASPCA.
Oh,
And
wow.
if she was here, she'd be like, seriously, twice in 1 week. But since she's not, I can do whatever I want. This is great.
That's cool, man.
Love teaching. Let's roll.
I'm glad she's saving the puppies. I got one myself. So,
Yep.
all right, Roundup. If you don't know, you can get your questions answered in the chat. We don't plan on being on here for too long. Jason has some special goodies he wants to give out. I don't know exactly what they are. I was talking to his team, so many things. Get your questions in the chat for Jason about this tax delinquent stuff. And then we're going to get rocking and rolling, give you some dates and times to where to be. Jason's going to give out some goodies. Jason, tell us about what you got for us, my friend.
Yeah. So, earlier last week, or I guess this week, right? We went over the tax delinquent blueprint, right?
Mhm.
Oh, congrats. I just joined the Blueprint team. Sweet. So we talked about my favorite strategy, right? So we came on and I started walking people step by step through, hey, out of 34 ways that we grab properties, because I do it for hedge funds that hire me to do 1,000 homes in a city or 2,000 homes in 36 months. So I can't miss a single deal. So
Mhm.
we attack a city 34 different ways, which most investors only know 5 or 10 ways. But
Yep.
my favorite one, as you know, is tax delinquent, right? Tax delinquent property homeowners.
Mhm.
And so earlier in the week, we went through that and I just walked through why it was my favorite lead source. So if it's
Tax
okay with you,
delinquents.
Yeah,
For the few people
absolutely.
that may not understand what tax delinquents, give us a 30-second overview of what that is.
Okay, so tax delinquents are simply this. It is a homeowner that hasn't paid their tax bill. Okay, so here's what I know over years and with our 2-day blueprint systems that we put in place for bigger companies. 34,000 homes acquired. Tax out of 34 ways we get the properties. Tax delinquent homeowners who haven't paid their yearly property tax are my favorite lead source of all time. They usually have the most equity. If they've missed a payment, here's what I know by collecting all the data. If they've missed a payment, a property tax payment, then they have way more things going on that are negative that they need help with than almost any other off market lead source that you can go after. So I always tell everybody if you can go after the ones with the biggest equity and the people that have the highest level of motivation, isn't that as an investor where you should spend most of your time and energy? So, as you know, earlier in the week, I started walking you through that. So, if it's okay with you, um, I'll do an abbreviated. I'll just show some high level overview of what we went over earlier to be respectful of everybody's time,
Yep.
and then I'll also show you, like I said before, just remind me. I'll show you some 2-day blueprint stuff, 34 different techniques, which I know if you're joining us here tonight, that good luck trying to go to sleep because I'm going to show you some nasty stuff.
And with the bonus, Jace, I cannot wait for my Roundup homies to be able to hang out with you. All right, hit it, Jay.
Okay, so let me share my screen.
Got people in New York. Where y'all coming from, Roundup homies, tonight? Let us know where you're coming from. New York.
Okay, so you can see my screen, right?
I see it good.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go through everything, but we want to talk about a few different items here. So one thing that let me see, present. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip, with permission, I'm going to skip to some of the biggest things that we want to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is this. And again, not going to spend a lot of time on it because I think everybody, as soon as I say it, it'll be crystal clear. What most investors are taught to do in guru land, right? All these gurus say, hey, get this big list and we're going to spray and pray. We're just going to blindly throw our marketing out there and do postcards and letters to these big lists of vacants and high equity absentee owners. And then we're going to skip trace and get their phone numbers and cold call. And they're saying, hey, that's what you need to do. But as you see here, you're just taking phone calls from homeowners that are pissed off. Hey, I've had 100 of these. Not interested. Make your lowball offer.
Mhm.
And that's what most investors deal with. So what we want to do is talk to you about using data to your advantage with a superior technique and flip the script on that so your life as an investor becomes a lot easier. So we're going to talk about some of the most motivated leads, which are property tax delinquents, plus incoming phone calls to get to the finish line. And the finish line and success to me is creating a win-win for the homeowner and yourself, where they're not just saying make your lowball offer. So we've spent 6 years developing it, and the lead source, as you know, as we started this training with tonight, is tax delinquent properties. Why are they so great? Because they're in every city in America. The homeowners are in a serious bind. If you're missing a property tax payment, you've made a clear, deliberate decision to do that, and it's because lots of other things are going on. And we did that over a study over a 6-year period in 138 cities. They typically have a lot of equity in them, and here's where high level of motivation and superior technique and expertise come together. States want their tax money. So they put laws in place to make sure, come hell or high water, that they get it. And we use that to our advantage to present different ways to work with the homeowner because they don't know these rules, but the states are marching towards them to grab their properties because they're going to get their money. So we're going to go over the secret to that in a second. The power here is this. So as you're listening tonight, here's the power. Everybody says, people come to me. I've trained 25,000 investors over the last 20 something years. And hey, Jason, I have a lead generation problem. I need to get leads. I need to get leads. I need just this sandbox alone, my favorite one, which is delinquent property tax homeowners. On average per state, there's 20,000. So no one has a lead problem.
Yeah.
So as you're taking notes and listening tonight, before I start to put these pieces in place, no one has a lead generation problem. They have a what do I do with the most motivated leads problem, but you don't have a lead generation problem because, as you see, there's at least 20,000 on average per state. Here's one of our blueprint clients. He got in, hit go, found somebody in high distress using our technique, made 13 grand right out of the gate. So Darius, right out of the gate, boom, first deal over 13 G's. But why? Why is this better than the guru saying, just grab this list and just start making phone calls and keep mailing to them and you'll grab a deal? Because we have them calling us. So as I'm about to talk to you about in a little bit here, they call us. These homeowners call us because of the way that we approach them and put together a program to actually truly help them. A little bit of background on me. I've been doing this for 23 years myself as an investor, 20 plus years training. Our 2-day blueprints, where we attack cities 34 different ways, have got over 30,000 plus properties, trained 25,000 people. This is what I love to do. Like I said, my wife is out of town, so I can do this on a Saturday night.
Okay.
But here we go. So take a screenshot. Here's some notes. This is exactly why you're here tonight. This is exactly why Chris is saying, hey, Jason, can you come back and show them a little bit more? And then, as you said, we talked offline, and I'm gonna give something that I've never given before with the tax delinquent blueprint, which we'll talk about later. But this is why. This is why. Favorite lead source of all time out of 34, because I tracked the data, so I already know. Tested over 100 variations of what I'm about to talk to you about. But the big one is the third bullet point. Here's what you need to understand. If you were a bank, so as you're hearing this, if it was Jason and myself and yourself bank, LLC, whatever you want to call it, and we have a $300,000 loan on a property, but the person's marching towards tax sale, and I already told you the states put laws in place to jump in front of our first mortgage lien and wipe us out and get their state property tax. So all the states put laws in place to make sure that they get their money, including jumping over us as a bank. So
it's truly amazing. When you really look at it, it's amazing how they did that. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, no. Unbelievable. That
Jump in front of the first. How the hell do you do
they can get away with it? But
yeah.
I mean,
that's another training.
Yeah, we could talk about that. But they put laws in place to get their money. End of story. Having said that, when a bank, because the bank's notified, because somebody signed on a loan and all the paperwork they signed said that the bank gets notified if they did or didn't pay their taxes, the bank is going to foreclose because they're not going to lose the $300,000 loan. I'm not going to lose my $300,000 loan, so I will foreclose on that person behind on their taxes. So now think about this. Clear your head and let this sink in at the deepest level. The people that are still severely behind on multiple years of property taxes, more than likely are free and clear of mortgages because the bank would have already foreclosed. Meaning this, inside our tax delinquent blueprint that we built out, remember I said fine-tuning this for 6 years, 138 cities, hundreds of thousands spent on zeroing in on the best formula and how to approach this and do this. By and large, by the way that we pare down these massive lists into very niche small lists, these people have property that are free and clear, and they're in financial trouble. So what I know and why it's my favorite lead source of all time, and I always tell everybody, you want to go after kind of motivated leads? Do you want to do the normal method of just text message people and then they tell you to screw off and hang up on you, go ahead and make your low offer because they're getting pounded by everybody doing the same thing? Or would you like to zero in on the ones that have the most equity and the highest level of motivation because the state's going to take their property from them and they end up with $0.0? This is why it's my favorite lead source and technique of all time out of 34 different ways that we grab properties.
I love it.
And so the homeowners need help and they need help bad. So what we do is we built a program about utilizing those state tax laws to our advantage to help homeowners and win the game. And here's what I want everyone to understand. If you've been trying to figure out some stuff on YouTube like we are now, Facebook groups, following gurus, whatever you're doing to make yourself better, you may have heard about, oh, what about tax liens or tax deed strategies? These bypass it. The tax delinquent blueprint, I need you to hear me loud and clear. It bypasses those techniques. We get there first. So where other people are like, oh, maybe I'll just buy a tax lien and hopefully after 2 years rub a rabbit's foot and then try and force the sale of the house to get it. I've already got the deal. So the tax delinquent blueprint gets there first. It beats all this stuff. It beats tax overages, tax liens, tax deed strategies. It wipes all of those away so that you're literally playing in a sandbox that most investors will never know how to play in. Favorite lead source, most equity of all time, highest level of motivation. That's where you should be spending your time. No matter what you do or don't do, you need to go to sleep tonight knowing that this is where you should spend time if you want the biggest payoffs and be able to help the most people if you do it the right way.
I'm telling you, some of my best deals is foreclosures and people behind on taxes, man. It's like it's just a gnawing thing. The problem in my area with the taxes, this city, they have these master techniques to make the property value, the taxes not only go up, penalties, interest, but the lawyer fees. I mean, it's just sick. It should be criminal the way that they add those fees on top of that stuff, Jason.
Yeah, it makes it to where the homeowner's in such a bind that there's nothing they can do with it, and that's
Dude.
what you come in as a tax delinquent blueprint client with a superior technique. So here's Joey, one of our beta testers. We beta tested it. So as you're hearing this, you're the second round of testers. We had our first level of beta testers, $50,000 June, just following the blueprint. Von Treese, her first deal, 29,000, following it to a T. So why are we getting these deals? It's because we built a full-blown program around how do you become a tax care advocate for your city. Okay. And again, I'm going fast through this because I know we're on borrowed time here, but
well, they can get Jason. I'm going to go ahead. I don't want you to stop, but I'm going to put the link in the last training so they can go through all the slides if they want. That link, guys, will be in the video description too for the whole the tax delinquent his blueprint. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so earlier this week I went through it in greater detail. So again, as you said, just click the link and you can watch and you can go through all the slides. But
there you go.
We teach you how to become a tax care advocate for your area. When everybody else is saying, "Hey, before you lose your house a tax sale, let me put some cash in your pocket," and the homeowner, here's what I know: homeowner after homeowner, city after city, state after state, that we did this in over, like I said, a 6-year period. The homeowners are like, I get 100 of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, well, do you talk to them? Do you call them? Like, yeah, we called 2 or 3 out of 100, and they all just lowballed us on our house. So we literally just said, make your low offer. And so they gave us that feedback. They're like, you as a tax care advocate showing us what we can or can't do in 3 different ways, which we'll talk about, 3 different ways that you can help us, is like a dream come true. And they want to talk to us. They're calling us. We're not making outbound phone calls. Total flip of the script and changing the game. So what are we doing?
Mindset.
Yeah, exactly. So we're using the tax delinquent blueprint formula that we tested over, like I said, a 6-year period. And I always tell people, we talked about it. There's 2 types of marketing. We'll pay cash for your house. That's expensive, high risk, because you're just like everybody else. And if everybody else is doing the same thing, if they even call you off of that, I always tell everybody doing this and 30,000+ homes acquired, that's a lottery pull because they have 100 of them. So they pulled 2 or 3 of them out of 100 if you get a call at all. And then they just say, hey, make your low offer just like everybody else. That is not the way to do it. They're mad, they're pissed off, and there's a better way to do that. And what we want to do is this: we want to target the homeowners that actually need help. We don't do what the gurus say, which is, hey, grab this massive list of vacants and high equity and water disconnects, and let's just postcards and letters and text message blast them and make everybody mad and do it to thousands. That's not the way to do it. We target, we pare it down. As a tax advocate, we pare down that list to the people that absolutely need to sell. What happens then is this: you don't need some big marketing budget. So you start creating win-wins and getting contracts written and closed deals at a fraction of the marketing price. You can make money fast because these people are ready to go right now. There's not some long gestation period. And my favorite thing is that since we fine-tuned it 100 different variations deep, it's repeatable and it's predictable. I know if you do XYZ, that you're going to get predictable results. And the homeowners actually want to talk to you. So how do we do
That is so like a hornet wrapped inside of a marshmallow, as my
that?
mentor used to say.
So what do? One, we use the tax state laws to our advantage. Two, we turn you into your city's tax care advocate. Very deliberate, very on purpose, very step by step.
Crazy.
Highest, most targeted leads with the most equity, hands down. The sellers are actually excited to call you. Here's how those calls go. Instead of, hey, make your offer, which I know most of you are used to, they call us and they say, hey, I'm calling about tax assistance code TAC 424, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so give me 2 minutes. Tell me how you got in your situation. Tell me a little bit about your house. We can't give any assistance on a house that's falling down. Your house could need total renovation. So just tell me anything that you might think that I need to know about the house. And we reserve the right to see the property and we'll see what we can do. We have 3 different ways that we can help you. They call us. They want to talk to us. They reference a very specific tax assistance code. They're ready to spill their guts. Since when do you have the most motivated leads of all time with the biggest amount of equity? Typically, call you and just spill their guts.
No. They're usually so on edge, like, are you real? What
Yeah,
number you
correct.
gonna give me?
Yep.
Why are you getting rich off of, it's just so much resistance, dude.
Not when they're calling you about tax assistance codes. They literally spill their
That's so
guts, and we say, "Hey, give us 48 hours, and we're going to present you with 3 different ways that we can help you. We have 3 different buckets that we can put you in to potentially help you here." And
no.
again, that's in the tax delinquent blueprint. We teach you how to do that. We teach you one how to be a tax care advocate for your city, and what to do and how to set it up. How to use the tax assistance program, TAC, blah blah blah. And then we teach you exactly how to take the phone call and say, hey, give me 48 hours and I'm gonna show you 3 different ways. There's 3 different buckets that we can put you in to try and help you. And let's find a way to get you some relief. And the funny thing is they call us like wildfire and they want to talk to
We
us.
want to talk to you. All right. So, Jason, let me ask you. We get 22 minutes, man. I don't want to take your whole evening up.
Yeah.
How we look? So, I the tax delinquent blueprint. Let me see. I can bring you up here. How much more do you want to keep going with this? I'm busting at the seams to talk about them being able to hang out with you. That's where I really
Yeah.
was like, I think the value to be able to ask you questions live. So go. I'm sorry. You tell me. Do we need to keep doing that? Do they have a good understanding here? Or you want to keep hitting blueprint?
No, I think they have a good understanding. What I wanted to show you is that, and I'll go back a little bit. Here's what most people do. 10,000 on the screen. That's what I call guru land. Hey, get this vacant list, get this high equity list, and let's start text messaging and sending out letters. I'm showing you here inside the tax delinquent blueprint over an elongated period of time. We show you how to pare down the list from 10,000 down to 800, but then we go even deeper and some
800.
different techniques to pare it down to 375. And I just want to show you metrics. Then we send out our tax assistance letters and coupled with our websites. 87% of them fill out the form and or call us. Out of 375, week 1, 21%, week 2, 19%. So that's 149 calls. We didn't have to have some big budget to mail out. We made offers on 23, got 3 accepted. I'm just showing you one campaign we did.
Yeah.
50,000, we spent $390. So that's a 13,304% return on your investment, which is where you want to be. Tax assistance versus I'll pay cash for your house will always win. We just need to teach you how to put them in 3 separate help buckets using tax assistance codes. So how it works is that we get the list delivered, we hit go, they call you, we present the 3 different ways to help them, we get our offer accepted. If you're like me, I wholesale 70% of my deals. I keep some for flips, I keep some for Airbnb, but You get an accepted offer, sell it to a cash buyer, which we teach you in the tax delinquent blueprint how to find cash buyers 9 different ways in that same zip code you just wrote a contract. You guys agree to a closing date. Seller's happy because they were about to lose it and end up with nothing. Your end cash buyer's happy because you have techniques to create win-wins on homeowners with the highest level of motivation with the biggest equity spreads. And then you collect 25,000. I always tell people, don't forget to celebrate. And as I said before, it's repeatable and predictable. Scott, look at what he narrowed down. He had thousands. We showed him how to narrow it down inside the tax delinquent blueprint. He narrowed it down to 20, got 16 calls. 15 of the 16 houses were free and clear of mortgages. Disgusting.
Very unusual. I would probably say 15 of the 16 calls, generally speaking, would be over leveraged in an average marketing campaign. Jason, what would you say?
I would tell you that if you just do a regular spray and pray method, that I would say
it's opposite.
Yeah. Oh my God. I would say that 98% of 98% of all the properties that you're marketing to that you spent money on, either over leveraged or have zero level of motivation. So it's a waste of time. So as a tax delinquent blueprint client, we're going to build out your marketing pieces for you and your website. We'll also do joint venture and do deals together. So it's in our best interest to make sure that you have this set up right. So it's a fully spinning, running machine. We're also going to give you access to our private group. And then 8 weeks of insider coaching calls. And so if you guys want, just go to noflippingexcuses.com/Chris to get signed up. You can do $14.95 or $6.95. He had me come back here. We shut it down. You would normally pay $4,000 for it.
I did. That link is in the video description, Roundup. I was on the phone. I promise y'all. Anyway, I ain't gonna tell him, Jason. I've been dealing with these dudes trying to put this together for hours. So the link is in the video description for you to get rocking and rolling. Or you can just go to noflippingexcuses.com/Chris to get with the blueprint. That is going to be the course to get you started right now. Thank you, Jason.
Now, do you want me to show them? This is my favorite technique. Now, I can show you what I do for hedge funds when I do what we call a full 2-day blueprint. This is the tax delinquent blueprint, tax advocacy strategy using tax assistance codes. But we talked offline, and I will allow people to sit in on what we call a full 2-day blueprint build out. I'll let everybody sit in on day one that becomes a tax delinquent blueprint client, which simply means this: on top of getting the tax delinquent blueprint, so you can bypass your competition and have homeowners call you and spill their guts, I'll let you sit in on day one of the blueprint where we start going over 34 different ways we get the property, including how we do free direct mail, which means you can, if you're listening, you can compete against the biggest players in your city, that spend a ton of money on direct mail because direct mail works. It took me 11 years to figure it out, but that's one of the techniques that we teach in the 2-day blueprint out of 34 is how can I be in 30,000 mailboxes for free saying, hi, my name's Jason. I'd like to talk to you about your property.
Man. Let me reintroduce you real quick, Jay.
Yeah.
For all my rounduppers. Y'all, I know it's Saturday night. I'm going to get you out of here real quick. Tonight, I'm hanging out with Jason Palliser. The man is the inventor and creator of the Tax Delinquent Blueprint. It's a training course. If you go in the video description below, where is that at? noflippingexcuses.com/Chris. I promise you, if you try to get it anywhere else, it's going to be $4,000. I've already done it all for you. I've been dealing with these dudes for hours. Okay. So I'm your advocate, period. Done with that. All right. So what I was on the phone with him further, because we got such an unbelievable, overwhelming response last week. Jason, would you agree?
Yeah, it was, well, I get to see it. Like I said, you get entered into a private group where we're all intrinsically connected together and help each other. The group kept swelling and swelling. So I'm like, geez, Louise, how many people are getting signed up? I was blown away, actually.
Roundup homies. I'm telling you, these people are serious. I don't, the content that I put out, Jason, it's just not fluff, dude. I just don't have time. I don't have time,
I
man. So
don't. Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate you for that too. So in addition to, I called him up. I'm like, Jason, what can we give them that would possibly just push them over the edge? Got to get these deals done. So I remember he was telling me about this blueprints 2-day thing he does. So Jason, tell us about that thing, man. I'm just busting to hear about it.
Okay, so again,
You want the screen? You want me to put the screen up?
yeah, you can see my screen, right? Do you see where it says 2-day blueprint?
Yep, got it.
Yeah. So, and I'll say it this way, Chris. I gotta hit you in the rib cage a little bit. So, Chris is a needler. Chris was needling us. Hey, what else can I get from my Roundup people? And so I told him, I'm like, well, look, the tax delinquent blueprint. We already have 5 bonuses, and the funny thing is that we want you to have those bonuses for getting signed up now, because it's in our best interest. Because you saw one of the bonuses is that we'll do deals with you. And so it's in our best interest to make sure your marketing pieces are ready to go for your tax advocacy and your website, so that anybody in the universe that looks you up sees it. Okay, you do have a full blown tax advocacy program. But Chris is like, show us what else. Show me and the clients that are going to come on board and our Roundup people, what you do for the 2-day blueprint stuff, because this is where the tax delinquent blueprint came from. So as you're listening, I'm going to show you a couple minutes here, but when you sign up for the tax delinquent blueprint, here's what I will do. And Chris, you can display the dates or do whatever you want, or put it in the link or whatever. Either on November 11th, and so if you're listening, you might want to write down the date. Either on November 11th, or I'm sorry, November 13th. My bad. Next Saturday. November 13th or December 11th, November 13th or December 11th, I'm doing what we call a 2-day blueprint build out, as you see on the screen right now. And I will allow you to sit in as a fly on the wall as we do a build out for clients, and sit in for the entire day. So basically, enter via Zoom. But let me show you inside the 2-day blueprint. So our 2-day blueprint clients have this entire operations map. This is exactly what we've run 34,000 homes through. But the biggest thing is lead generation. So we have 34 ways we get to off-market properties. How do we get bandit signs to last longer? Bandit signs on wheels, direct mail. How we do free direct mail, step by step. Meaning, you no longer have direct mail as a part of your budget as a business owner. We can eliminate that. We've had home investors franchises come to us and say, when's your next blueprint date? Get me out of my marketing budget. And when we get to the free direct mail strategy, they lose their minds. They're like, you just eliminated 70% of my monthly cost.
Hmm.
And so what we do inside the 2-day blueprint is we walk you through 34 ways we get to off-market property. Another example is, how do we get on the first page of Google for free for Sell My House Fast Phoenix, Sell My House Fast Chicago? Because when a homeowner uses their fingers to type Sell My House Fast and then in their city, when you pop up and you're on the first page of Google, they instantly trust you. Those are some of the fastest closings you'll ever get.
Yep.
So most people pay 5 or 10 grand a month to be there because it's the most valuable spot in the
I
online.
do. I do. I'm one of them. I'm one
Yeah,
of them, Jason.
that hurts me, Chris. I almost want to just shut my laptop.
That's why I'm here. I'm here to learn too.
And so we teach you how to get there for free. And as an example, we had a lady from Atlanta, and her name was Brittany. I trained her, and she leaned over to her husband at the 2-day blueprint build out, and she goes, "If Jason can get us on the first page of Google for Sell My House Fast Atlanta, I'll lose my mind." She goes, "When pigs fly." She didn't believe it. And 45 days later, she posted on my Facebook. If any of you are bored, you could go onto the Facebook and scroll back in time and find it. She literally posted to my timeline. She goes, "Jason, pigs flew." And I didn't even know what she was talking about. And then she told me that she told her husband, there's no way. Because they were paying several $1,000s a month to try and get there and struggling to get there. And we showed them how to do it for free.
Sweet, sweet. So this is the 2-day. This is the 2-day thing. You're gonna let them come for the first day, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I'll let you sit in on the first day, and people pay 10 grand for it. So just so you know. So I'll let you sit in for the first day, and
Look
and
at that.
as a fly on the walls, we're doing a build out. So what we do is we show you 34 ways. For any of you that are looking to wholesale, we show you 9 different ways that we get cash buyers in any zip code you choose. But I've also trained 42 acquisitions teams around the nation. And we have people that come to the blueprint just for me to teach them deal structure. And I'm going to say this because there's so many gurus that say crazy stuff and it makes me mad. We will teach you superior level of deal structure on at the blueprint on how to get deals closed other investors can't, and also 14 different ways. We have 14 different ways that we turn a seller no, where there's a difference in price, into a yes,
Look at that.
which is under the seller waltz right here. So we have 14 different ways that you see. Oh, and by the way, everything inside this map has a note. So like you don't even need to take notes. This is full blown operations, like straight out of like this is
That's crazy. For
it's
y'all
not.
that don't know, this is called a mind map. It's called a mind map. You got to have one. Just Google mind map. You have to have one on your computer.
Yeah, so I'll let you sit in. So basically, on November 13th or December 11th, while we are already doing a build out on those dates for clients, you can literally sit there as a fly on the wall. We'll also allow you to ask questions as we go too. But imagine a world where you can do free direct mail in your marketplace and be in 30,000 mailboxes. So that's an extra added bonus that Chris offline talked to us about and said, hey, um, can you offer it up? Can they just sit in?
Sweet.
And I agreed to do it.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. So this is all. I just want to make sure my Roundup homies know this is virtual here. This is going to be a virtual thing. They just log on, correct? Once they're into the blueprint, they've downloaded that. They're in the back office. They're going through that. You're going to give them a link to join for the 2-day the live event as well.
Yeah. So you'll simply get an email. You'll get an email with a link to the 2-day blueprint build out, and you'll be there with our other clients. We have clients that come in person. We have clients that do it over Zoom. You'll just be doing it over Zoom from your computer, from the comfort of your home.
Sweet.
And you'll be listening live, and you'll be able to ask questions as well as we're going along. And it's that 2-day blueprint map is that you see is what bigger companies hire us to do 1,000 homes in a city in 24 months, 4,800 homes in Dallas in 63 months. And so like we get hired to not miss a single deal.
Mm-hmm.
So we suffocate cities 34 ways, end of story. But the tax delinquent blueprint is my favorite technique by far of all time, with the biggest equity spreads, highest level of motivation, period.
Jason, you're talking to really big numbers. I want to talk to the average person out there that wants to do a couple deals. You know, they work full time.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be scared of.
Oh yeah, I always forget. You're right. My bad.
No,
Okay, so
I like big numbers, but I'm like, I just come from the bottom. You know, I'm just like, I was just trying to get one when I was starting. I'm like, can I just get one?
Yeah.
So
So
people that are, go ahead.
yeah. So I'll address that. 70 to 80% of the people that come to what we call 2-day blueprint that you just saw are brand new, meaning
Gotcha.
you're just getting started. Hey, set up my operations map to run things correctly. And again, I'll go back over here and show you. Like we have a section that we teach on day one of the blueprint, which you'll be able to sit in on when you get the tax delinquent blueprint here, is that we walk you through how do you run circles around your competition and run a perfect investor day. Because any day you wake up and grab coffee, I'm already doing this in 100 plus cities. So I just simply need you to duplicate my task, and we walk you through that. So somebody who's getting started, if you're doing 0, 1, 2 deals a month, you're literally just getting started. Me getting you to 4 or 5 deals a month is like breathing air to me. It's like natural.
Wow.
So most of the people that come to us are new.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I don't want to put people in the fire. We got 7. Wow, just went up 70 people on with us tonight. Jason Palliser, thank you so much. Look, it's been 40 minutes. I'm going to get you some quick Q&A.
Yeah.
Get to the video description below, guys. Go down below, get signed up. You're going to get not only Jason's course for the discount, all the bonuses, plus hang out with the man. I'm like, as I was driving yesterday, I'm like, man, I have to get my people. How can I get them? Because I know courses work for most. They work for me. I like to just come and go as I please, but a lot of people need that right there, Jay. They right there with you. Thank you so much, my friend. Download it. Download. Get rocking and rolling in the video description. Jason, I got a question on here, bro.
Yes, hit me.
Chrissy Glover, that's one of our members from Central Oregon. Does this work for distressed or abandoned properties? I have my eyes on one right now, tax delinquent, no mortgage, I believe. Good question.
It doesn't matter. The homeowner doesn't have to live there. No. Nope. Yeah, so it works just fine for that. Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Roundup, if you have any questions here, I'm back. Oh, that was the only question I had. One of our members. So, Jason, what time do you get? Are you going to send them the time? I know we have the date. What time do you get rocking and rolling on the first
Oh
date?
on the 11th
The
of
13th.
December.
So I got the third.
Yeah,
What you told? Hold on, let me see.
13th of November, 11th of December.
That's right.
10 a.m. Eastern. We go from 10 to 4 typically.
Gotcha. That's
10
going to
a.m.
be a cool day.
And here's some other typical questions. Hey, Jason, do I need to be a realtor to set up my tax care and tax advocacy? No, you don't need to be a realtor. Jason, do I need to have an LLC set up for me to get rocking and rolling? No, you don't need any of that. The biggest things I want to impress upon everybody is this. You take incoming phone calls to people saying, hey, I want 3 ways that you can help me and tell me more about your tax care program. And again, inside the tax legal blueprint, we have scripts on exactly how to talk to them in 2 minutes flat.
Mhm.
And they actually want to spill their guts and talk to you, which never, ever, ever happens. So it's a much better way to live your investor life.
Sweet, sweet. Jason Kenny Lewis says, I'm finding abandoned properties. Does your program help find the owner and close the deal?
Yeah. So we have, we have skip tracing services to help you find the homeowners of the property, of course.
You got to have that. You can't, I'm just remembering, Jason, skip tracing services weren't needed years ago. It's almost like you have to have that capability nowadays.
Yeah, you do.
It's crazy, right? How times have changed, right?
Mhm.
What's this? Whole fit. If I purchased the blueprint and the live stream, on the last live stream. Oh, okay. Is there any way to take advantage of this? Yeah, go, Jason.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
Absolutely.
if you were already on earlier in the week and you're already in and you're already through your 11 training modules, you're off and running. Our team's building your websites right now for you and your marketing pieces, all that stuff. We'll also allow you, we will allow you to sit in. All you have to do is in the private Facebook group, just raise your hand or just hit me up on Facebook or whatever. And I'll get you set up. Not a problem.
Whole fit. Come on. That's why you're on here, brother. Oh, I don't know if you're brother or sister. I'm sorry about that. That's why I brought you back, because there was so many people. I'm like, man, we supported this training course here. I'm like, why not give you a day to hang out with them to ask your questions? Because I know we probably got a million questions from going through the course. I know I did, just looking at the information. So much.
Well, Chris, the person that you just said that, because I can't see it,
Go ahead.
that got the course,
Mhm.
if they're still on, they could tell all the other people that are watching. It's pretty comprehensive, isn't it? Step by step. Like the attention to detail gives you power. Here's how it'll work. When you sign up for the tax delinquent blueprint by going to the link and getting signed up, one, you'll get a discount. Otherwise, whenever you take this down, Chris, I don't know this time when you're
Friday. Well, your team told me that they can't build out any more websites after Friday at noon. It just takes too much time.
Yeah, correct.
Friday at noon, this is done.
Okay. So Friday at noon.
That's November the 12th.
Yeah.
November the 12th at noon, this is done. It goes away. Okay.
Yeah. So get it before the 12th. Otherwise, you'll pay $4,000 for it later. Why do that? But we will build your websites for you. We'll get your marketing pieces. You'll be in a private Facebook group, which the one person that already commented, I'm already sure he's inside the Facebook group and he sees everybody helping each other. So it's ongoing help. You'll get access to our coaching calls, and we'll also allow deal partnering with us. So on top of making you your area's tax care advocate, we're going to give you all those extra bonuses. And I love seeing the group grow. Every time I get a notification on my phone says, "Hey, tax delinquent blueprint private group," and it says new person, new person, new person. I get excited because you get into the private group, you introduce yourself, and everybody starts helping you out, and that's what it's for. That's specifically what that group is for. This is, and as I said before, this isn't a fair fight. We don't need you to market to thousands and thousands. If you saw earlier in this particular training tonight, I went through, and I'll go back to it. Look
Quickly,
how.
I'll get ready. My wife's already ready to go to.
Oh, okay.
Go
Yeah,
hit it. Hit it. You got it.
I think this is it. Yeah, Scott. I just want to show you. Look how far he pared his list down. He started with thousands. So inside the tax delinquent blueprint training, we show you, hey, you don't need to go after thousands. We don't want to talk. Some of those are a waste of time. Let's pare this down on purpose by design, because we know how to do it. Scott narrowed it down to 20 from thousands.
That's just
15
stupid.
of the 16 people that he talked to that raised their hand for help had free and clear houses. Like, that's an investor dream come true, folks.
Gotcha. All right, a few more questions. We got to get out of here. Angela, can you quickly tell Angela? Oh, nice picture. If you're new to all this, is this how she would get started? Jason.
Yeah, 25,000 investors trained, and me trial and error over the years. I would tell you this without a doubt. This, no matter what you do or don't do, everyone that hears this has to go after tax delinquent properties.
Period. Well, yeah. Even if you don't get it, you just gotta figure that out.
Yeah, you gotta go after these. They're the highest motivation, biggest equity. Like,
Yep.
we're better to spend your time and efforts. Absolutely, without a doubt.
Yep. Koi Chu says, "I'm so grateful you're back. I'm signing up tonight. Are there any other fees associated with the course once it's purchased, Jason?"
No, other than sending out your tax advocacy letters after we've pared down the list. You saw the one campaign, if you watched from the beginning. Our one campaign, we went from a list of 10,000 and pared it down to 375. We spent $390, and then the net revenue from the 3 contracts was 50 grand. So you don't have to have a big budget when you do it this way.
Sweet. Roundup, get rocking and rolling. The link is in the video description below. If you don't have it, just go to noflippingexcuses/Chris. I've negotiated it all for you. You can't get it nowhere else. I promise you. It's not going to happen. Pragmatic Idealist. Does the program work in all 50 states? And does it work virtually? Jason.
Yes. Earlier I scrolled through. I won't go back to it, but Adria lives in Canada, and she's closing deals down here in 2 different cities. So, yes, you can do it in all 50 states, and you can do it virtually. And in fact, when you have a superior approach, you should do it in multiple cities, states, and counties, because no one can compete against you. Like, this isn't a fair fight. This is what I did for hedge funds for years, and regular investors didn't know how we were beating them.
Really?
Yep.
Sweet. Somebody's got Cliff Mo, not attached to Lincoln. Chris, you got great subject to deal on the contract. Need help with the docs to send to Wells Fargo because they won't accept my docs. That is an issue. Jason, we have subject to documents, right? Authorization to release information, all that stuff.
Yeah, we have a document library inside the private group. We also have it inside the mind map.
No, I'm not going there. Let me finish my question. To address the fact that some lenders they don't want to use our docs. They want the short sale negotiator or the realtor to use their docs.
On what type of deal though? That's I'm trying to figure out what you mean.
Oh, you know what? Hold up. This is a subject to deal.
Yeah.
What bank would have to do? The bank doesn't accept my docs. Hold up. That doesn't even make any sense. I was thinking about a short sale, Jason. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. That's why I was clarifying.
You're right.
Oh, here, this is fun. I'm glad the question was asked.
The bank ain't got to. Yeah, go ahead. Hit it, Jay. Go ahead.
Tax delinquent. I typically don't have to deal with the bank because they're free.
No.
My life is 10 times easier.
So Cliff Mo, do not give the bank. You do not want to give the lender any docs. You're a ghost on a subject to deal, Cliff Mo. Send me a DM. I'll talk to you about that. Do not, Jason, help me on that. Do not be sending these lenders docs. You do not want it. It's not there. All the lender does is take money. Okay. You don't try to explain stuff to them. Don't be going in there and trying to say what you're doing. Just make the payment. Okay. Who was that? Cliff Mo?
Does anybody want to have fun with this? Do I have permission to speak freely?
You do have their permission to speak freely, Jason. Hit it, brother.
Ooh, okay.
I can see you turn a little red, brother.
Yeah, superior deal structure. Everybody goes subject to. I need this doc, that, this doc. I just have them sign the house over to me. I'm like, look, you're going to lose it. Sign the house over to me. Otherwise, I'm never going to catch up your back payments or whatever. Typically, that's what the situation is. And they agree to do it. And I streamline the whole dang thing.
You're not even talking to the bank.
No.
Talk to the bank for what? Cliff Mo, I'm just giving you a hard time lovingly. Okay. I guess I do have your permission to talk to you because you asked the question. Jason, I got to take my wife to dinner, my friend. Final thoughts. What we're giving them, noflippingexcuses.com/Chris. The link is in the video description. You're going to get the course and the one day with Jason this coming up November. Hit it, Jay. And then we're gone.
Okay. No matter what you do, you have to go after these type of leads. And I would tell you this, it's almost as a CEO of your business, you need to stand in the CEO corner if you don't wake up and go, okay, I'm going to start getting my delinquent tax list for my counties and going after it. You just have to do it the right way. You don't need a bunch of, you don't need to market to thousands. We show you how to pare down the list. So get in, we'll set up your marketing. We'll set up your websites. You have 11 training modules. You can be done with it in one day. And you're in the private group where we all interact with each other. So we're ready to accept you, and let's go after the most profitable deals and rock and roll.
Cool. All right, brother Jason. Roundup, take a minute to subscribe to the channel. Just take 2 seconds. Go down to the link below, subscribe. Hit that button if you got 2 seconds and hit the bell so you know when we're bringing these guys on. And share with other people that you think need to learn how to get their real estate investing game up, or just understand how they can buy their next house. If you're renting, you want to help somebody be a homeowner. In my opinion, learning how to do it the creative way might be a good way for them to do it as opposed to the conventional go to the bank, tax returns, all that mess. Jason Palliser, this has been an honor to hang out with you, my friend.
Hey, I had a good time.
So I will see you obviously before then, but I'll hang out with I'll be there on Saturday too.
Okay, sounds good.
Roundup, I'll see you guys soon. I love you. Go enjoy your evening. Get signed up for the bonuses. Friday noon is gone. Poof. Okay. Talk to y'all. Peace.
Bye.